Aloha, good peoples. Aloha. I just wanted to pop in. Just got back from the vacay, and I have been sitting on something for quite a while that I've been wanting to talk about and haven't really had the chance to. And now, of course, that the Kickstarter is popping, I'm able to talk about this product. I've had it for a couple of weeks. I've been playing with it. It is absolutely phenomenal. All right, so let me show you what it is. This right here, actually got cables plugged in. I'll remove this for a second. I'll pop it back in later. This is the OBSBOT Tail Air. Now, you may have seen the aforementioned OBSBOT Tail. Yes, mine has fingerprints on it because I've been playing with it. The OBSBOT Tail is really dope, and this update has taken it to the next freaking level. This thing is super amazing. What's really cool about it is it's a pan tilt zoom camera like, you would think, but it's on a whole different scale. It's a AI automated pan tilt zoom camera, really designed for people that need to be in their studio, hands-free, showing something. So say you're a crafter and you're a live streamer, this is the one for you. If you're a musician, I can't say that word ever, a musician and magician, and my brain just tries to blur them. If you like to play the tickly keys or something, this would be mad rad because, as you can see, the head fully articulates, the body fully articulates, right? So it can do all the myriad things like that. What's really cool about it, though, is using the accompanying app, which is in pre-release right now. The real app isn't all the way out. The pre-release is Android only. So yes, nobody laugh. I had to go and score an Android phone to do this, but you have full access and control over the gimbal, so I can move the camera around and do things like this. Super, super dope. But some of the tricky features this camera has that I don't think a lot of people are, maybe not talking about it yet. AI tracking, dope. Object tracking, amazing, right? You can zoom and control all these things with the phone controller, amazing. You can set preset positions, amazing. But I don't know if you caught this when I was messing around with it. Check this out. I'm charging, so I'm not going to pull this cable out. There is a little SD card right there. It will record directly into the body of the camera. It will record full 4K video directly to this little SSD. Hope I don't break nothing when I pop it out. But bam, there is my 132, my 32 gigabyte Samsung Evo V30 SSD, right? Not SSD, holy goodness, SD card right there. So I can take that and poop that sucker right back in. I currently have it connected by the power cable. It's connected to a Ethernet POP type device. If you use POP or PoE type device, rather, man, I can't speak English at all today. If you use a PoE device, like I have it connected to an Ethernet cable connected to my network through this particular cable, but you can also connect it up via HDMI. It also has built-in HDMI and RTSP streaming, so you can just pop this up in the ceiling with no wires and send signal back to your Ecamm. Ecamm, as you know, can read basically RTSP or network cameras. It can read NDI cameras. You know me, whenever possible, I'm going to wire it. But for people who can't do that, this camera can do it. The other thing that's really, really trippy about this, you can actually live stream directly from here. So if you needed to do something out in the field, or you wanted to have, say, a partner in your show, like maybe you're in the studio, right? And I got Sammy's on the road. I can give this to Sammy, have Sammy start a live stream, and I can pull Sammy in remotely into this broadcast from that broadcast because this is a full HDMI and RTSP camera. So once it's on the network, it's on the network, right? So really cool stuff here. Not that big. In the picture, they show it next to a Coke can. I don't have a Coke can, or maybe I do. Hold that thought. Oh, does he? Yes, I do. Haha. It's not a Coke can. It's a can of LaCroix, sort of. But that's about how big it is if you are comparisinating it. So from the bottom to the bottom, it's just a little smidgen bigger than some mixed berry, good to gather, bubbly water from Target. There you go. As you can see right now, it's charging. Don't do that. There you go. As you can see right now, it's charging because it is fully battery operational. So without the fear of breaking anything, it's been charging for a minute. I'll pull this out. And as you can see, it is still on. It is actually doing its thing with no power. So I can take this guy, slap it on the trapezius like this. Let's squeeze the buttons. Boom. So have it on a tripod like this. And I can tell it to follow me around. Now, of course, when I did that, I disconnected the phone app, which I'll reconnect in a second. Hopefully it'll catch. I have mine set up to work off of the network connection, so it might not like not being connected, but you can, of course, do it wirelessly. I will plug it back in for safety reasons. I don't want to boink anything up. But yeah, this thing is amazing. I've been playing with it for a hot minute, and I have to say, it is really cool. Kevin asked the question, how long does the battery last for remote streaming? Good question. I didn't do that yet, but I'll look it up real fast. I haven't played with the battery at all, but this thing is actually even vlog compatible. So you could take it out because you can record directly into the card itself. You could take it out and record entire videos with it out in the field and then come back and do that thing. All right, so let me see. What do we have for battery life? You know, there's a thing inside your Google thing. It's called search. You hit Command F and you type the word battery. Battery. You should learn how to spell. And I don't think they wrote it yet because they're still probably figuring it out as they're building it. It is in Kickstarter mode right now. They don't have a stated battery time. And honestly, I do understand why you want to know the general basics of it, but it will be hard to gather because it's all going to matter on whether you're using the NDI or the RTMP, not the RTMP, the NDI or the RTSP, whether you're streaming direct or just recording, whether you're 4K or 1080. So I think it does add a lot of stuff to it. And Sammy is correct. Let me pull you the Kickstarter link. They're not going to give you any discount for saying, hey, Doc told me to come here, but please tell them that Doc told you to come here if you get a chance. Here's the Kickstarter link for it. It is quite amazing. Again, I've been playing with it. And yo, this is bomb. Carlos says, I'm glad you're starting to use these. I'm in my 4th year. OBSBOT has been a great product that I offer to clients. Hey, Carlos, good to know. I actually met them at NAB and got to spend some time to talk with them and saw what they were about as a company. And I tell you, what's funny to me is I think I did the same thing a lot of other people do. When you first hear something has a strange name, you kind of doubt it. You don't really understand what's going on. I'm an Ecamm person through and through. It did say OBS on it. That wasn't intention. I don't think that's what they meant by it. But, I was like, yeah, whatever. And then you actually touch the product, put it in your hand, play with it, see the build quality is insane. And yeah, the reason why it keeps leaving finger marks is my hand is sweating. So that's gross. Anyway, so yes, I have had the opportunity to mess with this guy, and I can tell you some of the things that it can do are going to be super amazing for those of us that do live streaming where you might be moving stuff around. Like me, I'm never going to use the AI tracking in my type of stream that doesn't match. But where it's going to come in handy for my type of stream is I am often showing you guys hands in the pan shot, meaning I'm showing you how to set up, say, the Rodecaster Duo. And I want you to be able to basically see what my hands are doing while I'm showing you how to set this up. This camera can not only do that, but it'll allow me to zoom into places and back out of places and even set up certain locations. So if my hands are doing, say, 2 products, maybe I'm doing the Rodecaster Duo and the Stream Deck, I can lock it in on one, lock it on the other, and then move it back and forth, something I'll show you in just a couple of seconds. The linking that you can do with it with live streams are available. So I am going to bring this to camp. We're going to run around camp like a maniac and shoot tons of content with it, because you can take it out and about. You don't have to just have it locked up. Now, Sammy mentioned, I thought you could just connect it to use an external monitor. No, I actually have the micro HDMI cable here. Let me pull it up. I have the micro HDMI cable here connected to a cam link, so I'll plug it in. I'll do that one first because that's the most likely for e-cameras, and then I will show you that it does work with RTSP. Let me pop it in. So now my cam link just picked it up. Carlos, I have been turning off the hand gestures, and you're gonna laugh, and you'll probably understand this. But Puerto Ricans should not use any devices that use hand gestures. They work fine. I just keep accidentally turning them on. Okay, so I'm going to place that there so you guys got to see my ugly face for a second. I'm going to make the camera slightly even, and then I'm going to switch over to it real quick just so you can see the camera quality is dope. And I'm actually only using a Camlink 1080 on this. I didn't dig out the 4K. Ooh, of course, I just did that and disconnected myself. Hold on 1 second. I tap that, got my little focus action going here, and then I am going to hit P1. That's this position, and I'll hit P2, and then boom. It takes you down there so you can see my buddy Jackie Chan. Bam. And then back to the old deal. How cool is that, right? So in the middle of the stream, I can say like, hey man, you know that one time where I met Jackie Chan? And they be like, you lying. I be like, no, I ain't. Look, it's me looking handsome and skinny, and Jackie, not so handsome, not so skinny, right? And then I can just hit a button back and come back to me. You know what I'm saying? So look, this thing is dope. Now, again, I have the gimbal control. I can gimbal all over my whole room like such, right? Pull it back to the position. Gary said, I'm an instruction. Hey, Gary, the pickleball instruction. Let me come back at my man again. Gary said, I'm an instructor for pickleball, and I've been looking for a camera that will track me while I'm teaching. Well, Gary, my brother, this camera is designed for you and you specifically. As soon as I stop knocking all these dang cables around, I'll show you what I mean. I'll do some tracking, even though it's completely not my swag. I'll do some tracking because Gary said. All right, so let me come over here and put on the old AI track attacker, and then I'll pop that, and then I'm going to say, let's hit a wide shizzy. Nope, I take that back. I'm going to hit an auto, and then I'm going to double tap on this dude, and then look. People, listen. If you're a stationary talking head nerd like myself, please do not turn on tracking. That joint will get old real quick, as it's doing right now, because not only am I talking head, but I'm fidgety. If you're a fidgety talking head cat, you're going to make people sick. So only use tracking if you're a pickleball instructor like Gary. If you're like me, a fat dude in the office, please do not use AI tracking for no reason. It will make your crowd want to puke. Let me stop that. Okay, simple as that. I just turned it right off. But you'll see, Gary, this sucker is quick, right? And you can even tell it to follow a particular thing. So a lot of the tracking is stuck to a person, right? Or stuck, I guess a person is the most logical one, but a lot of times the tracking is stuck to a face. This thing does full body scanning. So for someone like yourself, Gary, who's doing the pickleball training, the full body scanning will be a lot easier. The other thing that this guy has is it has a remote control. So I could do something. Most of my devices in here are black. The only thing I could find up that wasn't black that would clash with my dark space was my Google Assistant. But I could actually tell it to track on the Google Assistant instead of me. Let me turn that off. Why my fingers can't draw a box right now. There we go. And so now it's trying to track this instead of me, right? So you can do cool stuff like that. The other thing that's really cool about this, let me turn this off and put this down so I can show you. Wait, get off. Stop that. All right. You can tell it to adjust the composition of the track. So for instance, right now it's tracking me kind of high. I can actually pop on the screen here. This might be hard to show you, but I have these little lines here, which I can pull down to adjust what is the area that I wanted to stick to. So that way I'll stay over here. Or I can move it over here so that way I stay over here. So you can even not only set up your tracking, you can set the composition of your tracking so it knows where to track from. I never heard of that in anything before this. Maybe the pro stuff has it. I mean, yeah, maybe pro PTZs or robot cameras would do that. But yeah, so you have object tracking as well as body tracking. Again, Sammy, I'm coming straight out of the micro HDMI. And let me see if I can pull back up the network version real quick. So I'm going to click over here. And when I turn on NDI mode, it's going to kill my HDMI mode. Sorry. And then I am going to, not NDI, I want to use RTSP. I like RTSP better. This is just me. You can do what you wish. I'm going to go to my settings and pull up that network link. So it gives me the URL, and I got my URL checked right here. So in Ecamm, here, actually, let me give you guys the full view in Ecamm. All right, in Ecamm, I'm just going to click on this guy, and then I want to right-click, edit the RTSP settings, and then 192.168.1.179/stream1. Hit the test the camera. There it is. And then I'm going to say updatey datey. And that's good. So now this, when I drop this in, this is what it looks like with the wire. Okay. So now it's no longer contingent on the HDMI cable. And hopefully I don't actually break anything, but you can tell because here is the HDMI cable. Now I'm not using it. Woohoo! Now I am straight up just using it as is with the RTSP. I can speak English today. It is the RTSP cable that is now running that. So if you got a decent Cat 6 cable with some length, bruh, like you can put this baby out. Check. I won't use tracking. What is up, Dina? Oh my God, Dina. We were just having a blast in Japan. And when we went to the garden thing, Baba just couldn't stop talking about you. So she misses you. Anyway, what's up, Tone? Good to see you here. Yes, it does billboard and whiteboard framing too. Yes, this does do billboard and whiteboard framing. I mean, Jerry, all cameras, I don't care what nobody say, and I'm the Sony person who will be the first to tell you that it has decent work in low light. This is a 1.17. My brain just went dumb. It is a Sony sensor. It's a pretty high-end Sony sensor, so it would do as well as any camera does in low lights. I think it would do better than most of the things that's on the market due to the fact that it is a Sony CMOS. If I remember, it was a 1.15 Sony CMOS, so, I mean, it's a big sensor. It has a Hoya lens on it, 10x zoom. So, yeah, me, as a video dude, I'm always bringing light. I'm going to just bring the heat. However, let's play dumb. Let's play absolutely ignorant for one splitsy. And here we go. Turn off the lights and light a candle. Anybody who knows that song, you're old. You want to go off? Oh, I see. Now my light remote control don't work. See what you did, Jerry? I should have used, there you go. So this is one light. All I need is one light. Let me try to dim this baby back a little bit. All right, so that's stupid, but Let me crank up a white thing on this monitor to see what I can pull off. Yeah, I have my whole computer in dark mode. So that kind of poses somewhat of a challenge as a dark mode heater. But, I'm getting a little bit of light, little bit. All right. So, it's doing all right. If you think about what I'm doing right here, she go, right? She go. My backlights are kind of running the show, but I got this 200-watt sucker right here on 1%, and the rest is monitor glow. I need to pull up maybe Canva. What can I do that would give me white? Amazon would do a decent white. Let's do Amazon. It has stuff on the page, but there you go. So that's just monitor glow on Amazon.com. Basically, I'll turn this light all the way off. So this is monitor glow on Amazon.com. And let me make 2 pages of it so it can pull off the other side. Come here, monitor. So there's that, which I can't see Ecamm, but hey, there's that. And then let's make a new tab. I know the trick was ABOUT, colon / blank. About blank. There you go. And that doesn't really work anymore when you're in dark mode, but let's try it anyway. There we go. So now we got white page, and now you're seeing it with just that full monitor glow of about blank. So not too bad, not too bad. You know me, I'm gonna always say go for light. Man, I cannot type today. What in the heck is wrong with me with these here fingers? There you go. I think it's pretty good for monitor glow. Hey, let's be honest here. I think it is actually pretty dang good. With my purple lights in the back make my teeth look weird, but some of y'all might think I got weird looking teeth anyway. So hey, knock yourself out. Let's turn this baby back on. Look at that. What happens when you use some proper light? And he said, let there be light. Man, I need a new remote. This remote is beautiful, but it's a pain in the butt. There you go. Good. There you go, Jerry. There's with the light action right there. Mm-hmm. That's funny, Cat. That is funny. It's not late for me. It's only 5:55 p.m. Boom. What is up? What is up, Chris? Good to see you, fam. Oh, yes, I'm still in demo mode. Good job, Sammy. Appreciate you, bro. So, yeah, like, I got to say, this is, okay, we'll do it again because I was in my demo mode. So, I was messing you guys up. Hold on. One more again. Let's turn off the light and then turn off this light. Not you. Sorry, my NAND remote control is being a little bummy. There we go. There it is. Square biz. There it is. Let me drop this so I can see onto the portable monitor so I have a better look. See? So let me drop you on the monitor here, and then I'll put this here. And yeah, so this is basically your low light action on the OBSBOT Tail 2. Actually, I might have to turn this into a short because anybody that wants to do like the gaming thing and have the camera on them and not have the light, the studio light blinding you while you're trying to do the gaming situation, this is cool. Anybody who's trying to do like a DJ set and they want to stream their DJ set, this guy will run separately of your computer so you can run this sitting in your turntable action, got your hands down, you're busy, you're doing your thing, knobs are glowing, but it will be able to stream that as well. So yes, this is the OBSBOT Tail in absolute low light. I'm basically just using monitor glow and it looked good. It looked good. So good question, Jerry. Jerry, you mama, Jerry. You know what, I had to say that, Jerry. I couldn't help it. Boom. Dang, that's actually pretty cool. See, I love it when I get to do these things and talk to you guys because you guys come up with questions that maybe people that are looking at this on Kickstarter didn't even think about yet, Boom. What's up, Big? Good to see you here. Uh, Dude, my uncle played guitar for Teddy Pendergrass, my Uncle John. Boom. Ecamm beta witness protection filter. Boom. Yo, what it up, Jay? What is up? Yes. The thing is, Sammy, you're saying something that I don't think people are understanding. I wouldn't call this a webcam. This is a purpose-driven pan tilt zoom cam. It can do webcam-y type things, but because it can record completely separate from your computer, because of the high pan tilt zoom capability, because of that super large Sony sensor, the Hoya lenses that are built in, that 10x zoom that's built in, 12 megapixel resolution. Come on, a webcam rocking 12 megapixels. I mean, it's the equivalent of like a 21 to 75 lens. So my Tamron that's connected to my A7 IV right now is a 28 to 75. So it's up in there, right? When you take the sensor size versus that, say on a full frame sensor, we're pretty close. Right? You got a f 2.4 to 5 moving aperture. It doesn't have fixed aperture. I wish it did. I like fixed apertures, but hey, we'll save that for the second version. I can go 92 degrees visual, tight 32 degrees visual, right? Let's see. You got 60 frames per second at 4K. For someone doing some high-speed joints, right? You can also shoot at 240 frames per second at 1080. So, I mean, it's kind of a marvel. Now, I'm not going to make you guys too sick right now, but check this out. Here's another cool thing. I'm going to do this real quick. Nobody freak out. Because of the way it is, you can actually mount this to the ceiling, Dina. If you was doing your cooking, you can mount this to the ceiling because a quarter 20 pole, drop straight down, mount it, and then have it, boom, hands in the pan. Hands in the pan if you need to dance. Now, I know it's a little shaky because I'm holding it, but I mean, you talk about practicality. So let me flip over to the Sony real quick, just for a smidgy, right? We're talking about practicality of what was driving Dina the most crazy as a creator, besides having friends like me and Keely, is when you're cooking and you got all this stuff in your kitchen is great for the show, but when you're done, you got to get it all out of your kitchen because, well, you need room to kitch. Sorry. Don't hit the swear button, right? So if you got all this stuff in your kitchen and you don't have no more room to kitch when you just need to just regularly eat like a human and sustentate the self, let me check this out. Oh, super cool. Hold on. My phone went to sleep. I do not know how to work an Android, so anybody laughing at me, hey, I feel you, player, is what it is. I damn sure don't know how to use an Android. Oh, that was fancy. Oh, that was fancy, girl. Imagine just like, Dina, she's doing her cooking thing, and then for some reason she wants to show you something because somebody asked a question that wasn't in the plan. Boom, joystick, move it out the way, but with a simple tap of the button, back to the dish, and this, instead of, Jackie over here, it could be a zoom in of the dog. She got a couple cute dogs, right? She could be like, hey, let me look at Cash and see what Cash doing right now. Boom, just pop right over there. And then when she's done, you can just come right back to whence you had came with a simple press of a button. And I like the way that it does it fluidly and not like all messy. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is cool. All right, boom. Square Biz. Dude, I got that hardcore musical Tourette's. James Riley. You know what's funny? Bruh, I got it right away. James Riley. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. I got it right away. Yo, thank you, Gretchen. Welcome back. What's up, Al? Hey, there's a dude in the community that you need to link up with. He's a musician teaching guitar lessons down in the land down under, and he was having some questions about setting things up. And I was like, y'all two need to know each other. But yeah, super cool cat. I will send you a DM in a minute, Al. Anyway, this thing is amazing. For right now, Dina, this is a pre-release because the Kickstarter is still going. I have I got one of the first ones in the whole entire planet. I got one of the first versions. They did all of their development testing on this here Android, and I had to go and scrub an old Galaxy 7, I think this is. I don't know nothing about Android, not nothing. I tell you what I did do. I did put it to work on here, so this could be a giant Android, but it worked better with the phone. So I did make it work off of the other thing, but no, in the release version, we'll have an iOS compatible app. Uh-oh, I done triggered the hand waving stuff. Stop that. Do not get Puerto Rican Cam up in here today. So, boom. Yes, the clarity is amazing. And I'm only connecting it right now. Let's see. Let me drop this camera. See, I'm only actually sending it the 1080. Let me see if I can switch it to send the 4K. Let's see. Media settings, video, NDI. The NDI is at 1080. The HDMI, I could set it for 4K. And with the video encoder that's in here, you can tell it to encode H.264 or H.265, and you can tell it what bit rate you wanted to record the video to, and you can say if you wanted to record at 4K. So, because Mr. Raleigh's here and he said so, let's try this action right here. I am going to take this droidy here, and I'm going to press this button. Okay? And then, so now, we're going to try something real stupid. I am going to send this to the SD card. And it tells me what my time remaining is and things like that. And I'm going to go ahead and say start. This is a test recording of the OBSBOT Tail Air. The OBSBOT Tail has been out for a minute. This is the Tail Air. The Tail Air is brand new on Kickstarter right now, doing the thing. And I am recording a sample clip directly to this camera. This camera can stream by itself. It can record by itself. I literally could have taken this thing with me to Japan and walked around and did all myriads of streamings. It has NDI support. It has remote control. And it's just really cool. So now we're doing a 4K test in the studio. Good studio lights. But let's take a look at this guy and see what it is. And Sammy, I have an answer for you. Kevin had an answer for you. It is 2.5 hours, 1080, 30 frames per second while you're out and about streaming in these here streets. Okay, so now I'm going to press this stop. Boo, yo! There is my stop, and there's the card right here. Let's see if I can pop the card out without making a mess. Ooh, and then we're going to stick it into the old Mac over here. CalDigit TS4, built-in micro SD card reader. Boom. Let's see. Grab this. See, everybody else doing these tests, right? They got to sit and play around and record things and whatever. I just go live. You guys tell me what to ask, and I ask it. It's so simple. All right, so here's my media. Here's my video clip. I'm going to drop it to the desktop first. It's there. Don't copy that floppy, okay? I'm going to make a brand new scene. Boom. Drop on the ugly dude. This is a test recording of the OBSBOT Tail Air. The OBSBOT Tail has been out for a minute. This is the Tail Air. The Tail Air is brand new on Kickstarter right now, doing the thing, and I am recording a sample clip directly to this camera. This camera can stream by itself. It can record by itself. I literally could have taken this thing with me to Japan and walked around and did all myriads of streamings. has NDI support, it has remote control, and all right. See what happens when you go to a movie scene and then you switch off the movie scene? We got muted like crazy, and I didn't even know. All right, cool. Now I know. Thank you, Jared. And Paul and them are texting me. My thing is still on. Leave me alone. I'm on vacation. So anyway, that's weird. Playing around in here, as you can see, the styles basically just allow you to do whatever you want. I mean, just like any other camera, but for certain types of streamers, whatever you're trying to create, it gives you a bunch of creative opportunity. I'm going to turn the sharpness back to normal. There again, you got some brightness control, and of all of these particular ones, I kind of like this pastel touch a bit because it's slightly desaturated, and that's just what I tend to do. And again, I'm going to show you what the zoom looks like real quick. So we're going to do the near far. Okay, so this is zoomed all the way out, and then this is zoomed all the way in. Whoa. Look at the bass slap. Slap that bass. I can do Davy 5, whatever the heck Davy's name is. Here, let me get it back to how I had it. And then we can go slap that bass. Oh my goodness, that's messed up. What I was trying to tell you guys when I had myself on mute is that for Mr. Riley, like you said, the recording, I was looking at the recording at 1080 as well as this guy, which is basically set at 1080, and you're not really seeing a big difference between what's recorded and what's live. That's actually pretty good. And remember, now I'm no cable right now, right? The HDMI cable is over here in my hand. So that is legit just being streamed over the RTSP. Paul, I thought I had you on jump past the automatic mute thing. All right. Anyway, I guess I must have put Paul in timeout. Yes, they need it. They need it. Dude, I think that's the thing that's cool about it is the NDI. Me personally, my testing thus far, now firmwares right now are coming fast and furious. So before I went on vacation and I was testing it, the RTSP worked a little bit better than the NDI, but there's probably been like 3 updates in the 10 days that I was gone. I trust just from the previous cameras, by the time it rolls out, the NDI swag will be straight gangster. Let me see if I have a way to flip that into that at the moment. So let me see. Come over just so you can see what it looks like. If I pop that on, this is NDI mode. And then let's come here. Here's NDI mode. And this is the same camera in NDI mode. Man, that's quick. This is NDI mode right here. Okay? Like, what? Fabulous. All right, let's try something. Let's do something stupid. Now we in straight up NDI mode. And just so you can see, because it say NDI mode, right? And this is telling me what's coming in the output right there. I even got an audio meter on it. It's telling me that my audio is hot because, again, I don't really use the audio that's built in. I'm using my own thing. But if we're going to sit here and play in these here streets, let's see what we can break next. All right. So we'll take this guy and put it on here. Boom. And then we'll take the transmitter, or receiver rather, and then plug it in to the old cams of ease. Let's see, that worked. It said another device connected. It's asking me to do a firmware update, but we're going to ignore that real quick. One, two, 1, 2. Yes, you can hear it. All right, so let's try something. Let's pick this baby up. Because now we NDI, right? So now we don't have no problems. We can move about the, boom, you're now move about the country. All right, so in theory, except for I have my headphone connected, like the dummy. Ooh, don't drop that. I can come over here, set this bad boy up, boom, from back there. And let's tell it to follow my head. Boom. Wow, that works. And then go back to 2, which is nothing. So yes, you can see that it does work quite dope as an NDI camera, right? So if I was over here trying to show you how to work one of these, right? I could fully be here. I'm fully audible, hands in the pants, walking around, doing my thing. Camera is all the way over there. The only thing that's connected really at this point in time is it's connected for the power, but I mean, I could completely make that remote. Now, if I was to go and grab a portable light so I could see better, then that make this whole sauce even more nice, right? Right now, you're just looking at it with no kind of lighting. But let me grab this here and pull it up here. There's lighting. So yeah, you could do whatever you want. I'll bring this back over here. So now studio tours are going to be cool because I'm just OBSBOT it. Take you on the full-on studio tour. Say hello to Big Poppy. Hello, Big Poppy. Right? So I'll place this here for now. Pop that back up. And based off of this connection, get out of here, cable. The only bad part about really long extension cables is you might mess around and choke yourself. Other than that, they're gorgeous, right? Until somebody get goofy and they about choke themselves. Boom. Tough acting to acting. I gotta say, this thing is quite incredible. For all of the things that it can do, it is quite amazing. What is up, Victor? I heard of that camera. Yes, it is good. For what it is, you're right, Kevin. It doesn't sound terrible at all. There are definitely things out there that sound much, much worse. Let me see. Everybody's reminding me that I'm muted. I was way back there. Hold on. Of course, I've been ignoring your phone. He's talking to Jude. Oh, man, I went way back there. Went way back there. Thank you, guys. You guys are funny. Let me catch this up real quick. Yelling silently, we can't hear you. Boom. All right. Of course, Jared would call. Is that your lights, or it could be my lights because of all the lights I have in the room? And again, you can adjust all of this. Remember, you can fix your avatar with ecamm.com/connect, because yeah, your avatar is lying to us right now. All right, boom. It does have depth of field because, like I stated, it has a 2.4. So if you're set up at 2.4, you pull in the right shot, it will automatically grab that depth of field. The NDI is good, man. It's really good. It's super clear. Oh, you seen that? I ain't want you to see that. I ain't want you to do that. Yeah, it completely is all in the game. It's completely all in the game. Now, it can't be sold out. It's in Kickstarter mode. that's not a thing. Oh, let's see what they got. Oh, that early bird joint. Yeah, let's go check what Kickstarter talking about. Boom. Why do I have so many of these? Let's go to one. There we go. And why are you close to the veil? Let's put you in. There we go. All right, so Kickstarter joint is available. Again, I'll put it here. Somebody else can slap the link for the Facebook group because the comments ain't gonna do that. Dude, I get in firmware updates pretty much every little bit, man. It's crazy. Let's see. The remote control kit. Yeah, you can still good. You're still good. All of these are good. I think if you looked at tail, you're looking at the old one. This is the tail Air, right? All right, Andrew, good to see you, bro. Let me stop the double audio. All the Kickstarter options are available. When you're looking at anything else, that's because it's in Kickstarter mode. So if you're looking at the website, you're seeing something that's not seemingly right. That's just because it's on Kickstarter. Hey, what you do that for? And the tail itself is a different camera. This is the tail Air. This is the tail. This doesn't exist anymore. Well, I mean, it does, but now we're on the tail Air. So I don't even see it on here. It might be on the very first page of the site. No. There it is. There's the tail Air right here. So If you want to see the tail air action, I'll pop that here. But all of the information that's here is also available for you on the Kickstarter page. So let's go back to that. And, you know, one of the things about Kickstarters, before we get into this, right? Kickstarters can often be scary. I don't want to see that. I'm trying to see me. What am I doing over here? And why am I sideways over here? Man, he's just breaking all kind of stuff today. One of the things about Kickstarter is you're always trying to wonder, is the company real? Is the company reputable? Like, what type of stuff are they doing? Are they going to be able to make the product? Yo, OBSBOT's been in the game. They already got a couple cameras out. They've been rocking cameras for the last how many years? The OBSBOT, my little portable guy that I took with me to Japan for streams and whatever. I mean, you already know they're good. And you don't have to wonder if this is a vaporware product because I got one. So, I mean, it's not vaporware. It's right here. We know it works. We know that they're far along in their manufacturing and their production. So right now, the Kickstarter is more or less testing the market, if you will, and giving them an opportunity to polish up the last little bit of the little bit, you know? So you don't have to worry about that. I think that part is good. And again, they're here in the community. If you're in the Facebook group, you can holler at them. Just hit up Rachel and tell her, Doc said, I got questions for you. This I'm interested in. I my pre-production version, I didn't get the charging base. That very much interests me. I talked about it. I am using the Ethernet adapter here to run it. I have it connected directly to my network. So that makes, I mean, whether you had NDI or not, NDI is irrelevant if you're just going to use the cable for us e-cameras, right? Some other people, you got distances, cable can't swing it, whatever. I understand that. But as e-cameras, we're going to use the Ethernet adapter, plug in the cable, and then bang, straight to Ecamm. Good as gravy gets, right? You got NDI filters if you need to do something that's outside. You can see I already had it mounted to a HDMI cable. I don't know how you're going to wear this thing on your chest, but you can if you want to. If you need to set it up for church, you're good. If you need to stick it on a high pole, you're good. If you want to play music and just let it see your fingers working on the keyboard, you're good. Trying to shoot, I mean, they thought about everything. They legit thought about everything. Esports, yep. Yoga, yep. Pickleball training, yep. All covered. So far, I've been having an absolute blast with it, and I've been waiting to talk to you about it. The Kickstarter started right when I left for Japan, and everybody else was putting out all of their information, and yeah. So, Michael, let me answer this question in the nicest way possible. It's not even close to the same thing. So, the Insta360 link and the OBSBOT Tiny 2 are of the same class, right? You're trying to compare a far more capable, like, Rivian pickup truck to a regular car. You know what I'm saying? This is a different class. They're not the same class. Insta360 does not make a camera in this class. This is up there with like Bird Dog and PTZ Optics and some of the other like $2,000-$3,000 PTZ cameras. So considering what they're bringing to the table at, say, a fully loaded setup. Let me go to the bottom and find you a fully loaded setup, right? Fully loaded setup comes out to like $829. The base level setup is $450. I would say get $500 because you want the remote. I don't have the remote. I wish I had the remote. Even at that, right? The closest PTZ camera out there is probably one of the Bird Dogs or PTZ Optics or Sony's that are in the $2,000 range. So this is way in the right price. This actually is, I think they're calling it 30 or 40% off for the Kickstarter. So it's actually going to be more expensive. It's well into, say, the $800 to $1,000 PTZ camera. but it's definitely not in the same category as an Insta360 Link or even the OBSBOT Tiny 2. Like it blows it out of water. Here, this alone, I'm gonna turn it off and just talk about this for a second. This part right here alone separate this from your standard camera. HDMI out, so it's not USB out. It has USB-C, so you can run it UVC if you wish. You can run it over Ethernet through here, or RTSP, and you can record directly to the micro SD card. This camera can stream by itself with nothing connected to it, not connected to the computer, outside, minding your business, it can record, right? So if I plop it right here on top of here and pull up this app, I can record a video directly into the camera while I'm out and about. Like I don't have to be in my studio. So if I have any content that I want to grab that requires a PTZ action, I could do that. So I often get asked to go do weddings, funerals, cultural events here in Hawaii that they want to stream, that they don't have access to stream. I would be able to do that with this particular guy, right? So I can stream from here directly using my cellular network. Right. So, yeah, this is a whole different thing. So that's in the purple mode right now. It's in standalone at this moment in time. So I can do where it says live stream via cellular, and I can send a recording. So, again, you might have been in the beginning. I can record directly to this guy. That's a little bit different from those other cameras. So I wouldn't class them in the same ballpark. Yeah, it's dope. Anybody in production, you're in production, it's worth it. You might just have a single shot that you want to just have it running in the back, or say recording the wide the whole time. You set this up, press go, let it record wide while you're running around and do your stuff, or collect behind the scenes for insurance purposes or billing purposes. I mean, it's really cool. They're all the gestures, and I turn them off because my hands be doing this constantly. It got lots of gestures. Let me see if I can pull them up. I just don't use them because I keep triggering the camera by accident. So this helps you select the target. This means to record. This is to zoom. You can do two of this to like move the zoom with just your hands. God, there's more. It's a lot. You can flip over the direction. Like I think Al mentioned it earlier, or Carlos mentioned it has a whiteboard zoom, so you can throw it to a whiteboard if you're doing a presentation. It's dope. It's super dope. Yo, thank you, man. Thank you, Dave. Good to see you, fam. Good to see you. I'm going to be messing with this for the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to tell you, if this is in your wheelhouse, by all means, you're going to want to Kickstarter it. And what's going to happen is when they're sold out, they're going to be sold out, and there'll be a bunch of people clamoring to get it. So even if you get it in final, it doesn't fit in your system, I don't think you have any problem selling it, because I'm pretty much sure they're going to, it's going to just drop out. I don't know. I forget. I think it did it itself. But, I mean, it's a network, right? So if you're in control of your network, you can change network IDs on anything in your network, and you can make them be whatever you want to be. So that's the cool thing about it being a fully network compatible device, is you can change that network ID on your network, on your router. So you can say your router, whenever you smell device, okay, let me put this in this way. Every device has a MAC address, right? So your MAC address is a set of octets, right? And if it's like 00000000000, and you want it to be Steve's left camera, you can rename on your network that whenever your router sees 000000000, rename it to Steve's device, right? So that's how your Mac knows that this is Max Rebo and this is Grogu, and the old iMac is Sidious and the younger iMac is Vader, and the overarching Mac Studio was Palatine because it was Palatine all along, right? You can name it whatever you want. You just got to know how to work your network. If you don't know how to work your network, I can't do nothing for you. Talk to Victor. Victor will train you on how it's done. You know what I mean, Rich? Hey, listen. It's time for shots, Rich. It's time for shots. Hey, Rich Graham, I got my hat today, bro. I love it. It's upstairs. I should have brought it downstairs. I love it. It just barely fits my large head, but I can get it down and it's cool. So I will definitely be rocking that bad boy. And as you can see from my sunburned head, I should have wore that sucker in Japan. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. You and Luis sent me something hella cool too, which I will show you on stream on Saturday. Anyway, gang, I wanted to come in and show off this. Boom. I just got to say, I'm going to do the quick rundown again. I'm going to try to get as many of these things right as I possibly can. This will be for the short video. This what I'm holding in my hand is the OBSBOT Tail Air. This is a highly capable, highly incredible pan tilt zoom camera with AI tracking for humans, AI tracking for objects. It can stream over RTSP. It can send signal over HDMI, so it can be a network camera, and it records up to 4K 60. What's really incredible is it has Ethernet out via the USB Ethernet adapter, so you can plug it directly into your network. You can record to the SD card, so you can record videos directly to the SD card, or you can come out of the HDMI micro and connect it directly with this HDMI cable. It is available on Kickstarter right now, and it's just incredible. Like, I have messed with this guy for the last couple of weeks, and I could not wait to talk about how good this is. But 4K resolution, AI tracking, humans, animal, objects, NDI 3. It's really tiny for a PTZ camera. Micro SD, USB-C, Ethernet. You got remote control capabilities. You can use it with the mobile. You can use it with the tablet. You'll be able to use it on your computer directly. 2.5 hours of shooting time at 1080/30 while you're out in the streets. You can do AI framing grids, which means I can say something like this. Let me do a fake one real quick. I can say, record this scene and not that way, and record this scene and flip back and forth on the fly. So it can do things like that. And yeah, for the size and weight, it's portable. It's easy to take. Like, I am going to bring this to camp and record as much content as possible. But of all of the cameras in this category that I play with right now, this is the most fun and the most capable. Most capable is 1 feet. Anybody can pull that off. A lot of people in tech are working on these things. But if the devices are fun to use, you won't use it. It's easy. It's fun. I've had nothing but a blast with it. And I will be doing some more streams. So, yeah, come and check out this. If you talk to anybody in the Facebook group from the OBSBOT team, tell them that Doc told you to ask whatever questions you have, because I am in conversation with them on a daily basis. So if I miss something, you're not sure, please drop it in the chat. Please drop it in the link in the Facebook group. And they are watching. They are around. They're just on different time zone. But between them and myself, I will get whatever questions I can get handled for you. And yeah, look forward to more video unboxings with this as the camera, because this is going to replace my overhead camera. This thing is sick. I'm absolutely in love with it. I want to give it a full 10 out of 10 shakas. For a pre-release product, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 shockers. There's a couple things I would like to fix, but they're so minor, I'm not even going to yank any points off of it. And no, they didn't pay me to say this. They just sent me a pre-release because they wanted my input, because I stream all the time. So they were like, look, can you just talk about it and tell me what you think? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be brutally honest. And they're like, player, we ain't scared of you. So, hey, there it is. There it is. This thing is dope. I am absolutely in love with it, and I hope to see you guys soon. If you have any questions, again, reach out to me, and I'll pop over into the Facebook group or the Discord group and let me know. And they are in both communities, so they'll be able to follow up with any questions I might have missed. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you Saturday. I don't know. I don't do transitions. Transitions are for people that are trying to look cuter than they really are. I just produce good content. They don't need no transitions. So with that transition, I'm out.